So right now, I'm about 4 weeks out from my first ever men's physique competition. And to be completely honest, I feel pretty crappy. My energy is definitely way down from like where it normally is. I'm working out twice a day, so that takes even more energy out of me on top of teaching classes. So it's definitely been a lot, but I know that it'll be worth it in 4 weeks.
What's next? I'm nervous for myself. If I change, I became a better version of myself. Bought a chain, bought 2 more, yeah, I deserve that for myself. Am I
Give that second 30!
I normally have way more energy when I'm here. Now, like, I'm pretty scared to walk up this hill right now. It might take me the next 10 minutes to get up there. We'll see how it goes. Hard life.
How many days out?
2 weeks from today. 14 days.
All this good food, macaroni, fried chicken, all these goodies. And here he is, making lean burgers.
Living the dream. I didn't want any of the mac and cheese outside anyways. I didn't just follow 3 cheese accounts on Instagram or anything because I'm having withdrawal from eating cheese. I hate my life.
Yeah. My left stroke just went viral.
The hardest part is just going to be not having a mirror and trying to like feel like what it's supposed to feel like. Like I kind of have to like remember what all the poses feel like when they look the best. But I never know to this time. I feel like complete shit. I don't even feel like a human being anymore. I just want Saturday to be here and just see the results of the hard work and the self-control. Because right now I'm just like stuck in doing it and there's no like reward for it yet, so it just sucks right now. More than eating specific foods, I just miss like my energy and being like lively and enjoying workouts and enjoying my life. Like I'm just tired of being dead and not wanting to do anything. I'm just looking forward to getting back to being myself more than the food, but I miss anything with cheese, really. They feel like a newborn baby's ass. Hopefully I'll get my man card back in a couple weeks. Contrast is real right now.
Haters in the building. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder like a slave. Put chains all on your soul and put
Jordan.
There it is, Jordan.
Oh yeah.
Drew's watching, don't worry.
Yeah, buddy.
Thanks, Brian.
All right, good job. All right, guys, throw us up.
Yeah, George.
Is from Delmar, New York. He would like to thank his coach, Matt Phelps, his girlfriend, Miranda, and all his friends, family at Metabolic Meltdown, his competitor 188, Jordan Martin.
Yeah, Jordan.
Oh yeah.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. One game win.
Okay. Okay.
Never sleep. You got P12, I got 12 B's. Got bottles, got what you need. Shorty, what you want, I got what you need. Shorty, what you want, I got what you need. I'm all the way up.
Oh yeah, the money maker.
I'm all the way up.
I bet.
6 weeks of torture for about 5 minutes. Was it worth it? Ask me when I have pizza in my mouth.
You really can't do anything wrong now. It's just about not getting bloated for you.
First time drinking some other than water in like 6 weeks. The taste of sugar.
The taste of sugar.
How I missed you. 3 different flavors. Which one do you want? Chocolate, mocha, or vanilla? Pick your poison.
You looked great. You looked great. I was very impressed.
Thank you.
So I actually got a little teary-eyed when I was watching you up there. So I wish, so badly we could have been there.
I don't know. It's okay though. I know you
But,
guys were there for me in spirit.
Yeah, absolutely. But I am so proud of you. I mean, just again, looking at you and knowing what you want to do so young, and it takes a lot of courage. This is for me, at least. I think getting up there in front of all those people and putting yourself out there. So kudos to you.
Thanks. Yeah, definitely.
So.
I mean, 2 weeks ago I asked you, do you think you'll ever do this again? And you said, well, right now I feel like I'm going to say no, but yeah, afterward I think I'm going to say yes, I'm going to do it again. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever do it again. Like, if I did it again, it would be 2 to 3 years down the road. I wouldn't rush into it how I did this time. I would make sure it was something that I 100% wanted to do from the start and had completely thought out. Like, I don't regret doing it. I'm glad I did it.
Yeah,
And
but
I
you
got
learned a lot.
Yeah, I got a lot of perspective out of doing it. More so than I thought I would, and it definitely was like a good experience, and I'm glad I did it in the end. But if I did it again, I would want to improve upon what I looked like on stage. And I feel like to do that, I need a couple years to develop like myself more. And I'm saying I think that if I did this again, I would want to have a good amount of time to put in the work and be proud of myself and be able to look back and be like, wow, like my first show compared to now, like I've came so far.
Now,
because the people I was competing against had more years of lifting and more years of experience.
Exactly.
Under them. And
So do you think that but that's what I'm saying, like, do you think, let's just say you won first place and everything, you saying that you wouldn't feel the same way right now?
No, I think
I think that you're saying right now, like, you're comparing yourself to yourself, like saying that you would have liked to have more time, but I feel like if the judges told you that you were number one, you wouldn't feel that way right now.
No, I think I would, because I've never been satisfied with myself.
Yeah.
I always want to be a better version of myself. I think if I would have won, I would be comparing myself less to other people and only focusing on myself more so, because then...
But you would be more satisfied than you are right now.
I'd be more satisfied, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that having unbiased people come and tell me that when they saw the lineup and saw the show that they didn't understand the results, and that literally everybody that was unbiased that looked at it said I should have been at least top 3, if not top 2, then that makes me feel better. Because, like, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Like, you can be, like I just posted on Instagram, like, you could be the best tasting apple in the world, but if you don't like apples, then, what are you gonna do? Like, that doesn't make you any less of a great tasting apple. Somebody just doesn't like apples.
Yeah.
Like, you can, I can look good, like I can have a great chest and great obliques, but if that's not what they're looking for, then like, that doesn't make my chest and obliques any less great.
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't what they were looking for that day. Like,
so now
you can't, like, I'm not gonna beat myself up about that. To me, it seemed like all they cared about at the show was like having blocky abs and big shoulders. Like, there was no emphasis on like chest or like
body
leanness
proportion
in your obliques or symmetry or any of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which, those are my strengths, and like, whatever. Like, that doesn't make me any less proud of like my strengths. Like, and like Kels told me when I was talking to her about it, like, she said that's why basketball is a better sport, because the judges can't decide who wins the game. You decide. Like, you are the one. You're not helpless. You have control on the outcome of it. Like, when you're just standing up there and people are just looking at you, you have no control over the outcome at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And
you're
like,
saying because you can put in as much work as you possibly want, but then there's
if the judges don't want to pick you to win, then they're not going to pick you to win. Like,
yeah.
You can't do something up there that's going to make them like change their mind. Like,
now, is there like a point system, or do they
just rank you? Like, they have a scoring sheet, and like if there's 5 people competing, then they'll rank them like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like,
right, but there's no syllabus.
No. There's no rubric like abs 8 out of 10, chest 7 out of 10. Like,
right.
There's nothing like that. It's just Jordan 1, Jimmy 2, Connor 3. Like.
So how do you feel about that? Do you think that?
I mean, I think that I was told that the judging how it was at my show was not how it normally is. Like, it was bad compared to how it normally is. So
okay.
I was told that judging was like multiple people like were like, that was like a really odd show. Like, they didn't understand like where the judges were coming from. But like.
So now, do you think that, now you're saying in a couple of years that you might do another one, are you probably going to pick a different organization, or?
I don't know.
Always sticking to natural though, right?
If I did another show, it would definitely be natural, because there's no point doing a not natural one, because if I'm natural and I'm competing against people that aren't natural, then like, I'm not going to win. Like.
So explain to me what that means though, like natural versus unnatural.
Natural versus unnatural basically just means that like, natural, you're tested. Like, there's like rules and like regulations put in place to make sure that you're not like taking performance enhancing supplements or like doing things that aren't allowed. Whereas like there's certain organizations that don't sanction that type of thing. So like, you can still do it. You can still do those organizations and be natural, but
there's no point going up next to someone who's doing steroids,
yes,
right?
Exactly. Like for my organization, you have to take a lie detector test before you can even go on stage, and then if you win, you have to take a urine test right after. Like, and if you fail, then you're just stripped of winning. Whereas like others, you don't have to take a lie detector test, you don't have to take a urine sample, you can just go on stage.
But
But
that,
there's nothing wrong, there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do. But
and that's what I'm saying. Your philosophy, that will always, you're always going to stand by that. You're always going to stand by natural.
Always be natural.
After the show, I know that you said that you were looking forward to eating, and you were also looking forward to getting back to like being yourself. How's that been?
Eating has been great. Like, you take for granted, like, just little things, like putting like cheese in my scrambled eggs. Like, I just missed that so much. But it's good. Like, I ate a lot of food. The support from like everybody at Metabolic, and like my best friend coming up from Maryland, and like all the texts and calls I got, my girlfriend supporting me and dealing with my hangriness, everything was just like unbelievable, and I'm blessed and thankful that I had everybody there to celebrate with me afterwards. And I'm ready to like get back to getting strong and eating some food and treating my body right. Because it's funny that people look at you on stage and think that you're like the epitome of health, when really you feel the worst you've ever felt, and it's not sustainable at all. So I'm just ready to get back to like a sustainable, healthy lifestyle, and like being myself and motivating people and being motivated by people and having the energy to motivate people and be motivated by people. So
yeah.
I think that the one thing that I took away most from prepping and doing the show is like that I was taking for granted just living life and being happy and like enjoying time with my loved ones and enjoying my job and enjoying working out. And like when you're in it and you're doing things for a while, you don't really, you're like, whatever, it's daily life, like blah blah. But then when things kind of like start getting taken away from you, then you realize how important they are to you. I think that me like being so drained physically and mentally made me realize like now that I don't have the energy to do these things and it sucks, like I really miss having the energy to do them. Like I really love doing them. And I think that like that's the biggest thing. And that was what I missed more than food, was just being myself and enjoying the things that I enjoy.
Which is what though? Like what's them?
Working out, teaching, spending time with friends, spending time with my girlfriend, like showing affection to people, like being able to like smile and laugh and like just enjoy life. Like I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders now, because I'm the type of person that like I'm either all in or I'm all out, and like I get consumed by things. Like all I could think about was the show and like food, and like that's all I could talk about was like what I'm gonna eat after the show and like what like my body needs to do. Like it's a blessing and a curse.
I was just about to say that.
My advice for anybody that wants to compete would be like, make sure that it is 100% what you want to do, and make sure that you're mentally in a good state, and realize that you're gonna have to make sacrifices and that's not gonna be easy, and that like there's more important things than just winning, and it's about bettering yourself. And bettering yourself doesn't have to mean like having the best abs you've ever had. It's just about like proving to yourself that you can do something. Like you can hold yourself to a plan for 6, 10, 12, 16 weeks and stick to it and see it through, and regardless of the outcome, like know that you did the best that you could. And like I think it's a really like satisfying feeling from that. So if you're like willing to put in the effort for it, and like you're okay with the outcome being whatever it may be because it's not in your hand, then do it.
So it's definitely easy for people to fall off.
Yeah, it's super easy for people to fall off. Like
I would have been eating cookie dough like within the first week.
it was like one of like, it would have been so like you have to turn down so many temptations with eating, and like you really have to like want it, and because the only person that you're cheating is yourself, honestly. Like I could have like when nobody was home, I could have ate ice cream and nobody would have known, but like I would have known. And like if you're gonna commit to something like that, then you should commit to it 100%.